addition to being hungry or hormonal or just tired, what throws us off balance? I think it's misconceptions. We have a lot of false beliefs or misconceptions that can really tip the scales. I can think of 5 of them working with women. All right, I'm going to share those with you. Number 1, we don't value our gifts. We talked about in the last conversation about recognizing our gifts. Some of those might have been new ideas to you, but you got to go beyond that. You want to really value your ideas, because when you don't, who else is going to value them? None of the people in your life, your family. You may even find yourself apologizing to your husband or your children for the things that we now know are gifts. They're part of us as women. We may end up apologizing or letting someone else tell us that there's something wrong with us. So that's the first misconception. The second misconception I thought of is that we confuse being needed with being wanted. We let ourselves become overly needed by everybody in our lives, and then we find out, well, this isn't making me as happy as I thought it would. That's because what you really want is to feel wanted or desired, appreciated, cherished. Third one, when we do not fully accept that our dreams, or rather our lives, our dreams too, but that our lives are a composite of many other lives. I mean, we have spent our lives as girls and young women dreaming of having, that significant other, that husband, maybe children, and so forth. But once we actually have them, we end up resenting the fact that our world is now spinning on that axis. Number 4, when we allow all the relationships in our lives, all those other relationships, to overwhelm the relationship that we have with ourselves, we get lost in the mix. We get buried by all those other relationships, and we become what I call the disappearing woman. The 5th thing that I thought of that can throw us off balance, that I see all the time, is that women believe, and it's a false belief that balance means equal. Balance equals equal. And that's just not true. We're not some kind of car with 4 wheels that are all balanced equally. Our energy, our focus, our priorities are constantly shifting day by day, hour by hour, between all the relationships in our lives. That's just the way it is, and it has to be. So it's not an equal distribution by any stretch of the imagination. What we need to be focused on, though, if you really wanted to find balance, it's not equal. What it is remaining upright and steady. That is balance as a woman. Okay. So, after recognizing our gifts as women, step 2 in our journey towards achieving or finding balance as a woman, I think requires us to reset our perspective. We got to clean up some of these attitudes that really are at the heart of the foundation of feeling so in turmoil, out of control, torn, all of that. Okay. Number 1, here's how we're going to reset our perspective. Number 1, we're going to value our gifts. And we're going to expect others to value them as well, which is going to take a little effort on our part. We're going to have to educate our husband and our family about our gifts and frame them that way so that they are valued or appreciated. Number 2, we're going to embrace the fact that our lives, that it's important in our lives to be wanted, not just desired. Oh, wait, I said that backwards. We embrace the fact that it's important to us to be wanted, not just needed. Sorry about that. And we're going to spend some time now considering what that means to us. What does being wanted look like to us? How is that going to feel? We're going to have to do some introspection, do a little journaling, I'm going to suggest to think about that. I'd love to help you do that. And third, we're going to accept that our lives are composite of many other lives, and that rather than being frustrated and resentful about that, that we can actually look at it as the source of, or the wellspring of of fulfillment and purpose. So much to be gained in our relationships if we have the right perspective, mindset, skill set. And then we're going to commit to protect and prioritize the relationship that we have with ourselves. And that's going to take vigilance and creativity and perspective. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in this series of conversations. And lastly, we need to remember that true balance is feeling upright and steady, even as our energy and our focus, our concentration, our priorities are always shifting. That's okay. As long as we're feeling upright and steady, we're not neglecting anyone or anything. Okay? All right, now we're getting somewhere. Any real change begins with changing our thinking. And I think we've changed our thinking now, I hope so, in really key ways. So that means you're ready for the big reveal. The big reveal. I'm going to take you to the center of the earth and show you what the real heart of balance is. Where does balance come from as a woman? So in conversation 3, you'll see.